Hello, this is Commenter again, and this is going to be my next graphing a parabola video. Um, last time I did a 3x squared, just a basic, just show you mostly what this right here does. But one of the other things that you will see a lot, I mean, just adding that number is where they start. And then the next thing that you will typically see in an x squared type parabola is the shift where they're going to say like minus 2 here at the end. So this looks like something where, oh, maybe I'm supposed to factor this out and all this. But to be honest, uh, for a basic graph, you can take this just like it is. Again, start with a table so that you can make the values easy on yourself, um, and get a few basic values. So if you look at it again, and I'm just going to do the same basic points where I'm just going to say 0, 1, and 2. And I'm going to realize that because this reflects across the y-axis, that my plus or minus values are going to be the same. So I'm not going to bother to write all that out right now. So, so we say 2 times 0 squared minus 2. Well, all of that becomes nothing, so we've got negative 2. Another way of thinking about that is that you've got a shift. Excuse me for a second. My friend was excited that the new Mass Effect is coming out, and so they just like completely spammed my chat box, which was all those beeps. Okay, so this is your y-intercept. And I hope I'm not too far off what I was thinking there. Okay, now 1 squared minus 2, well, oh, that's what I was thinking. It also, if you're thinking about it in the terms of a shift, you're seeing with this set equal to 0, y is equal to negative. Well, that's your shift right there. So, in the sense of what would set y to 0, this would do it. And that's if you had it in the form of, the y minus k, which because k in this case is a negative 2, that's y minus a negative 2, which is typically written as y plus 2. Okay. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm going to graph this down below with all this mess up here. Okay, so 2 times well, you got 2, 1 minus 2 equals 0, and then 2 squared minus 2 equals 2, 4 minus 2, which equals, okay, 8, 6. So we have negative 2, 0, 6, 4, 0, 1, and 2. So those are going to be our points, which we're going to reflect across the axis. So those are my points. So here's my graph. So 1, 2, 3, because I went down to -2. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So you see, oops. Yeah. So there's the basic y numbers that I have involved, and all I did was 2 and -2. Okay. So there were my points. Okay, so 0, -2, 1, 0, and because it's negative, it ends up on that side also, and 2, 6. Now, one thing that Sal talked about in his video that you're probably noticing with this is that because I've got a positive number that is greater than 1 in front of my x, it causes the parabola to go in, become very narrow. Okay, so that type of phase shift or narrowing of a parabola is what you get when you know, if I've got a fairly basic, whenever a is greater than 1, or to be more accurate, greater than the absolute value of plus or minus 1. Okay. Because I don't know if that's a good way to say it. Let me put it this way. If a was less than -1, or a is greater, that looks like an angle, -1 greater than 1, in either of those cases, it's going to cause this to get narrower. Okay. So, but that's the first thing you get, is a little shift there. And I'll continue with another one of these on the next shift and the next topic.